Let's get it.
My man.
What's the word?
What's up,
How you
baby?
feeling, my brother?
Chilling. Got the vino.
Vino?
What we sipping on tonight? We got 2 bottles.
Got the wits end. Oh, what we drink? I thought we was drinking this one.
No, this one first. This is the no-name joint.
Damn.
Pause.
That's the same shit we have.
It's called Handwork.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Hey, yo.
That's the name of that joint, and that one's the Wits End.
Wits end.
But
Miles drank that bottle by himself.
I drink a lot of it.
How much cups you on? Is it
Don't
third,
worry
fourth?
about
Don't
it,
count.
man.
Don't worry
We ain't
about it.
counting, you know
Don't
what I
worry
mean?
about that for half. Nah.
Don't worry about my money.
Nah.
Now let's do a cheers though.
What's the cheers, man?
You gotta do. I did the last episode. You gotta give me one.
Cheers. Good health, good wealth. Stealth guard, you know what I'm saying?
Good wealth, good health,
Let's get
stealth
it.
God.
Let's
Cheers.
go. Salud.
Bless.
Cheers, Fee.
Salud.
So,
That's good.
what we on? Well, I mean, yo, we got episodes now. You know what I'm saying? Like now we
This is episode 7.
rolling, episode 7. So Miles Mick, let me ask you,
Talk to me.
what's the rotation vibes right now? What you on? What you listening to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Musically,
And that's the thing too. I feel like
podcast wise.
yeah, I feel like what's your rotation? Obviously,
Yeah.
it's musically, but it's also like, what are you consciously consuming actively? Like, it could be podcast, it could be show, it could be book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But musically for sure.
Like
for
diet.
Sure.
Like what's the diet? What
What's
we
the
taking in?
mental diet this week? Yeah, facts.
Musically, I'll start there because it's easier to talk about. I mean, Westside Gunn's been on heavy repeat. His new fucking "Then You Pray for Me," fire. That I've been in my Sanford bag.
Okay.
Sanford, I always fuck with Sanford from years ago, and he dropped his second album. When I said like his second full length album, it's ridiculous. You gotta bump it, bro.
Nah,
You
I gotta
bump
tap in.
it.
I gotta tap in.
Tap in. Sanford, I would say Westside Gunn, and I've been just bumping. I bump usually the same music. Not gonna lie, like it's usually just the Griselda.
Yeah, me too.
Like for the last 3 years, I always make the joke like it's been either Griselda, Drake, Fabio Foreign, or like Miles Davis. Like, that's the 4 rotation right there. Kind of all over the place. But right now, yeah, What's
the Miles Davis album? The Blue Shades of Blue.
Kind of Blue.
Kind of Blue.
That's
the
album,
go-to. That's the one.
I think that if you don't know shit about jazz and you want to hear a jazz album, that's like the prototypical jazz album. I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's the best jazz album. It's not my favorite Miles Davis album, but it's definitely I think it's the most jazz album, if that makes sense. He got other albums, but he does like experimental stuff at times, so that's why I say that Kind of Blue's the one. But yeah, right now that's what I'm bumping. I'm reading, this book called Black Mass, White Skin, which is actually right here. This joint right here.
Let's go. Finally finished that David Goggins joint.
I'm bit for this David Goggins, dog, but started this joint. And then podcast. What podcast I'm bumping? EYL always EYL.
Yeah, no, I mean,
That's what I got.
shit, yeah.
What about you, bro? What you listen to? All three aspects.
All 3, shit. I don't even, shit. I've been on the Westside Gun shit too.
Okay.
Everyone know I fuck with Griselda. I'm a fan. And then they pray for me.
Yeah,
you know what
fire.
I'm saying? I'm jacking it. I'll give it like a good 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you think it's his best project?
it's the first Pray for Paris
Ridiculous.
was OD. But it's like an artist drop a project that gets you like, yo, this motherfucker's nice.
Yeah.
And then it's sometimes hard to match that.
Yes.
So I'm not saying this is not better than Pray for Paris, but like Pray for Paris had just such an impact when it dropped that
It's
it was
hard.
just like.
It's hard to keep up with that.
But this is like part 2. It's Pray for Paris and then you pray for me. So
Okay.
I love it. I love the album. I really been bumping that. I'm working on some of my own shit, so I'm trying to get that together.
Oh,
Got
yeah,
a
my
few
boy back
things
in the
cooking
studio.
Up. Yeah, I'm cooking up.
Alright.
And then let's see with the books. I'm reading the Tower Wu shit. You know me, I'm a slow reader,
Yes.
so we still reading that shit. But
take your time, son. Take your time.
it is what it is. At the end of the day, and the podcast shit, bro. Oh, I've been listening to some shit called Social Proof.
Oh, you put me onto that joint.
Yeah,
You put me
Social
onto that.
Proof.
Yeah.
They on some like entrepreneur shit, and every day is entrepreneur. They just entrepreneur talk.
Yeah, the dude,
all
he
day.
wears glasses, right? Like the black dude got glasses?
I forget his name, but the Social Proof podcast. That shit is fire. I'm
Fee,
jacking it.
talk to me. What are you listening to right now, man?
You know La Russell?
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to his show. This is my second show that I went to. I went to his show a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So I've just been bumping his shit. I feel like he's my favorite rapper right now. I think that like that life rap. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's coming at it from an angle that's just so different and it's so refreshing and it's so hip hop. And I love the fact that in his live show he got the live instruments.
Where did you see him at?
The Brooklyn Monarch in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I've been bumping. He dropped so much music.
Word? I didn't know that. I haven't really tapped into him.
He probably dropped like maybe 5-6 tapes already this year type shit. Yeah, no, he's going crazy.
Oh, so he floods.
Something Russell, something nice.
And then in terms of pod, you know, I'm on that EYO train. I actually have a job in like 2 weeks from now where 19 Keys is gonna be speaking.
Nah.
So I'm hyped.
Fire.
19 Keys is the GOAT.
High level conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
19 Keys? Big fan. Talking that talk.
To be honest, I'm not really reading anything right now.
Okay.
But I got a question for you guys though.
Yes.
What you guys think about that new Drizzy?
That's funny. So when you was talking, you said something about how like it's hard to match like Saigon. The album he dropped that like it was such a big impact. It's hard to match that impact. I think Drake's suffering from that right now. I think he's suffering from success. Not to use the cliche, because I'm not a big fan of the album, right? I don't love the album, but I also don't think it's a bad album. Like I think we're comparing him to his past work, and that's why it's not that good. It's also not for us, I think. I think the album is for like the Lil Yachty fans type shit. I think it's for like the younger generation, but I also think he suffers from that aspect of like, damn, he's dropped, I won't say classic album, but he's dropped so much classic music that like if his new music's not reaching that level, then it's like, oh, that shit is trash. But it's really not necessarily that trash. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like with Drizzy,
that was a cop out kind of what I said, but
nah, I mean, bro, you a fan? I'm a
fan.
fan. I like Drake. I feel like with Drake, his albums age very well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's always 100 million critics first week. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't really appreciate Views until like a little while after.
Yeah.
Like probably a year or two after.
And I think Views is his best album.
I love Views.
I think it's his best album.
Views, Nothing Was the Same.
Take Care when it dropped. I feel like people respected it, and it still holds up. But I think I think Views is a classic album, bro.
Yeah, and one of my favorite tracks from the Drake shit is the 8 a.m. in Charlotte shit. West Side Gun producer.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Conductor.
Conductor.
Yeah.
So I feel like low key, my son West Side Gun influence on the game is there, like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Even him being on the Travis album and like
Lost Forever is a fire song.
Yeah, like it's when people say your favorite rapper type of shit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe not the mainstream's most appreciated, but the people who the mainstream appreciate these people.
Well, there's a clip of Tyler the Creator where he's talking. He says like, I want to shout out to Jay-Z. I want to shout out to West Side Gun for making me want to rap again. So he put him on. I don't think he put him on the same level as Hov, but like he put him on the same level as inspired him to. Because his last time was like a rapper, so inspired him to rap. So that's, I feel you.
Yeah, the Drake album is cool.
I like that Away From Home. That's my favorite song right there.
Me too.
I can't lie. I love when Drake talks like I could appreciate like y'all said, it's like it seems like it's for like a younger.
That's what I think.
You know,
that's my opinion. Yeah.
But when Drake is talking that talk,
yeah,
I feel like that is just he does that the best. That's very refreshing when he does tracks like that. You know what I'm saying?
He's just
like,
rapping. Like Away From Home, he's fucking rapping, my nigga. Like I fuck with that track OD. There's a few joints I like on it.
I actually got to go back and listen to it.
The First Person Shooter with J. Cole's fire.
But J. Cole bodies that. Cole is. His features has been ridiculous. The way he been
J. Cole will smoke Drake on that shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
I also think Drake. That sounds like a cop out too, but I think Drake was like, "This is for you to shine" type shit. Because he gave him 20 bars, I'm sure, like 16 bars, and Drake had like 6 bars, 8 bars. It seemed like a J. Cole shine song in my opinion, but
I think it was gonna shine regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah. So no. Okay, I gotta argue with that. So I think J. Cole is great. I love J. Cole, but if Drake really wanted to rap and they both rap, I think they both. I don't know who I can't say J. Cole would watch them if Drake was really rapping.
Right. Well, we would never know
I don't
because
think.
son don't rap on the track.
I'm gonna give it a Cole because I feel like Cole is gonna talk about some shit I want to hear. Like, my thing with this Drake album is like, I'm like, all right, you fuck the baddest bitches. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, I get it. You know, you got more money than everyone.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? You could do everything to your ops.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, it's just like how much more of that do you?
No, that's it. Yeah, and I can't. I'm not a playboy that travels the world and fucks. I'm not doing that. So, and not that, I'm also not a coke dealer. So you know what I mean. So like, there is a line where I can listen to people talk about shit that I'm not a part of, but I feel you on that. Like, it's just not for me. If that makes sense.
Cole?
Drake. Like nowadays, like there was a vulnerability when he was coming up. Like this, like.
Different.
I'm a singer, like, you know, he can't play that role anymore because he's so rich and big. And I do think his loss to Pusha made him act differently. I think that L he took, because it was an L. I think that made him be like, oh, I can't be as vulnerable as I once was prior. Because you look at Drake prior to that and after, it's two different Drakes. I'm telling you, son, that shit really fuck with his.
That's that hip hop.
No,
hip hop mix.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Nah, but I never even noticed that.
Really and obviously the whole Kanye shit. I mean, Kanye was involved in that, so that beef. I think those beefs made him be like, oh, I can't show my sensitive side because they're gonna take it for weakness. And it was a weakness that he lost that battle. But
damn,
that's why I think.
Crazy. That's.
And I missed that shit, son. I missed that
good
shit.
shit. That's good shit.
But shout out to Drake, man. He's one of those people like Jay-Z. They don't gotta put out no more music and they're already solidified. So everything that they do is a treat. You know what I mean? Whether or not it's for me or not, I appreciate that you're active. And this is his third tape that he dropped in like 2 years.
That's insane.
You know what I mean? Got the 21 Savage joint, the Honest Never Mind, and even Certified Lover Boy wasn't too far behind those. Like, you know, like
all good projects.
He said he's gonna take a break though, but he's been dropping consistently. Like,
I mean, there's no doubt
every
about
year.
it. Drake is like the best in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely up there, like top, most consistent, most influential, all that shit. So,
but that first listen was tough because he dropped it at 6 a.m. I'm commuting to the studio early in the morning, and I get to that one song with that girl complaining on the plane, and I'm like, yo, why am I hearing this right now? Draining my shit. You know what I mean? About a girl complaining about a vacation. This shit was blowing mine at 6, like, you know, like at fucking 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, I was like, this is not what I'm trying to hear. Annoying voice, everything. Like I already could visualize this person, and she's a drain.
Nah,
it's probably what boy be dealing with. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. I don't be dealing with it, so I don't know. You said he's the best in the game, which I think he is. But I do think there was if on the first person shooter song, Cole says a line like saying Kendrick, him, and Drake are the best, and then Drake says a line that just mentions Cole. He doesn't mention Kendrick, and I always thought that was like a shot at Kendrick. I don't know if you know. So I always think like, what's your opinion? Like where does Kendrick? There's
multiple shots in Kendrick. When he said you on my show Obama playlist, when we don't hear you after that, whatever that day, that's a shot at Kendrick.
Because he be dropping every 5 years.
Yeah, but Cole also mentioned them three in Heaven's EP when he took that one song off of Certified Lover Boy, that beat.
Yeah.
And he talked about, you know, that they trying to put him behind Drake and
Doc.
Doc.
I forgot the name of that song.
The Heaven's EP, maybe?
No, that's the name of the J. Cole one, but I forgot the name of the Drake song. It's on CLB. You like that beat too.
What song?
So J. Cole did a beat from CLB.
Pipe Down.
Pipe Down.
Oh yeah,
Pipe Down. That shit is fire. But so where's K-Dot land on your list of current GOATs?
I got nothing but
or
love.
Does he list?
I got nothing but love and I got nothing but love and respect for Kendrick. I think Drake.
Whenever anyone says that, there's gonna be a lot of disrespect coming.
Nah, there's no disrespect.
It's not disrespect, but one and like I'm all for people like dropping as they please. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't drop music. You know what I'm saying?
Not enough.
I mean, yeah. What was the last thing he dropped?
The Big Stepper?
Big Stepper.
Mr. Morale,
beginning of the year.
Stepper, yes.
March, I want to say, maybe February, something like that.
I thought that was a great album, but don't really have replay value. It has some songs on them,
replay value,
but it's just like I feel like you listen to it and it's like, wow, like this is audio theater. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is amazing.
He has that. He makes movies on his albums.
But then it's just like, when do I want to listen to this? When do I want to listen to the two people arguing for the same thing with that Drake
I listened
joint?
to that song one time, and I would never listen to
it. It was like, yo, this shit is fire. Never want to listen to it again.
That shit was traumatic.
Listening to his albums is like going to watch a play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but not
that you
all
only
his
want to see
albums,
once.
though. Just his last album.
Damn is my favorite
is a
album.
fire
That has
album.
replay value.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
and Good Kid, Mad City has replay value.
Yes. Even Section 80 back in the day, but yeah. This shit.
I got love for Kendrick,
Yeah, for me.
and I do respect that when he steps, when he pulls up, people's like, oh, all right, what he gonna do? Like, they gonna watch. You know what I'm saying? He demands that respect.
For sure.
Which is crazy because the amount of work that he drops or whatever, he's still considered, like, people be saying he's the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
To me, it's crazy.
That's the value in that people don't know quality over quantity.
Exactly. And
People
I'm
think
all for
quantity
quality.
it's not that. It's quality.
I'm all for quality. But I still think Cole, bro, he's smoking every feature. Anybody on the feature. Anybody.
Yeah.
Don't matter who.
No, you're fucking right.
Old people, new people.
Anybody.
He got tracks with Yachty. I think even the Yachty track,
Body.
He threw shots at NBA Youngboy?
He came at Youngboy or whatever, they has their thing. Cole is, I love Cole because, you feel me?
He's a common man.
I'll give you a
He's
critique.
a common man. He on his pillar shit.
I'll give you a critique of him though. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by pillar shit?
He's on his,
Oh, deeper like
bro, he's just real, bro. Like, it might not be always what people want to listen to right now, but it's never going to lose value. 10 years is still going to be valuable words because he's talking about the journey of a man and the journey of a man with insight in this world, period.
I like that.
It's not about nothing to do with, he talks about relationship, he talks about shit that real men go through. Like, relatable.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not, all right, you go to the club, you might not bump a J. Cole, but I don't go to the club anyway, so I mean.
That's my argument. Not even about the club, but like, I don't, his albums I think are the weakest out of both of them, out of all three of them. And I like his albums, but his album, other than Forest Hill Drives, I feel like this shit doesn't have like.
And this is another good.
What was the last joint he dropped?
The last joint he dropped was
the fall off. Or what was that? The takeoff. The fall off. Then
He's about to drop the fall off. He's about to.
The shit where he's standing there with the basketball on fire.
With the cam intro.
And he's balling.
The off season.
The off season.
That shit was hard.
It was hard,
bro.
but
You got cam in the intro.
I don't bump it though. I'm not going. I don't know where I'm gonna bump it.
He's rapping in that one. You would like that.
Yeah.
You know what I hate also about him is that he does his own beats, right? He does all his own beats, which is dope. It's talented, but it's like he does all his own beats. So all his songs, it's all like the same. It's all this one sound.
Well, I
like when you have different producers because you get different sounds. You get
I like Cole better not on his beats.
Me too. It's
honestly.
like features he be black because he can rap.
Yeah. And
I love Cole.
And here's another thing.
I'm shitting on Cole. I love Cole.
This is another conversation too. Like, there's different. Like, you know when like you playing Mario Kart and you pick your car and it says, this much speed, this much turn.
Agility.
Yeah, it's like different categories of niceness. So I feel like in hip hop, it's like you got great albums, great singles, great features. You got
bars.
You
Swag.
got flow,
Swag is one part. Yeah.
and like Kendrick maybe higher on albums, less in consistency features. Cole high on, like Drake is very balanced. I don't know, like they all great at different things, better than each other in a few things, but
they're all great. I think they all are great at everything. Like even when Kendrick does do a feature, I think about his shit, the new Freezer with Rich the Kid. He bodies that shit, dogs. He doesn't do it enough, but I do think, and I think Cole's albums are good. You know what I'm saying? So like they are the three GOATs right now, 100%. I just think, like you said, some are better at other things than other ones are.
So then they're the three
Cole
GOATs.
might be the best lyricist.
They're the three GOATs, but there's other people I feel like that is very influential from the same time. Like I feel like someone like Meek Mill even.
Yeah, Meek Mill's, I would say, underrated. And I'm just saying, because people be like the shit on him because he did take an L against Drake. He took the L. 100%. It was embarrassing that was embarrassing. And he be embarrassing himself a lot. But he got a lot of hits, bro. And he got a lot of bars. And he could rap. And like, I heard his joint with Rick Ross, his last, the Shaq and Kobe. That shit's hard,
The
bro.
Rick Ross and Meek album
It's a mood, it's a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a certain time you play it, but I like his shit. I fuck with Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Fuck with Meek.
Nah, I mean, shit.
But yeah.
They are the three GOATs and yeah, man, shit is crazy.
If you only could choose one discography.
Time out. There's one more GOAT. There's one more GOAT. Who is
Future.
the GOAT?
And that nigga
Future got it. Future got it.
He
And I'm
might
not
be
gonna lie.
better feature than J. Cole.
There was
he might have better albums than Drake. I don't care.
But look, so and then when I say Future, I think of Young
Fuge.
Thug too, who's also very influential. But I still got Future. But there was one episode I think we was talking about favorites, and it slipped my mind. But
Yeah.
Future needs to be in the conversation.
I always say from 2010 to 2020, the two best most influential rappers of that 10 years was Drake and Future, in my opinion. Those two guys were like,
and both of them are like Wayne babies in a way. Drake is a little more Wayne Hove baby. Future's like a Wayne off, like in a
way, yeah, like the drummy sound type thing.
But I don't know, Future, he got hits, he got features, he's consistent,
he gets a lot of, I mean, we're from New York, so I think like we don't give him the respect because he's from the South and like he raps.
Nah, he gets mad respect.
But I don't know about from New York dudes, like I don't know if it's the same as like if you're from down South.
He definitely gets more respect down South because that's where he's from. Yeah. I just feel like with Future and Meek, I feel like their audience got a smaller scope.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whereas the other three, they kind of have a wider range.
Yeah, I mean, I love Future, but I don't know if he can sell out, Berlin or some shit, or like some like O2 Arena in England. When I went to the Drake concert, he was the opener for Drake, and this is when Future was at his biggest. So there is a level. I agree with what you're saying, but I think Future's. I love that nigga.
Yeah, I mean, and also, you know what I'm saying? Even though that is good points.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is not always. Doesn't mean one is better necessarily.
No, for sure.
But I feel you though. Obviously, Drake is like worldwide more popular, the most popular of anybody, more than Cole, more than Kendrick. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Kendrick is huge. He sold Kendrick 1 million tickets.
Bodies features too. Like when he was doing the Control. The Control shit with Kanye back in the day?
I thought that was a little overrated. Just too many name drops.
Name drops.
You didn't really say much.
He be doing a lot of wild flows and doing extra shit though, like yelling and screaming on the track sometimes, and it be too much for me.
Yeah.
But I respect it, and I feel like he stands for something that people know, and it's just like, and that's part of the influence. That's part of the fan base, and I love that. I think that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we got next?
Fantasy football. Want to touch on that?
Come on, how we doing fantasy football? I know Christian's going crazy. Christian McCaffrey's going crazy for Seagull right now.
Christian McCaffrey. Time out. First of all, I had the 6th pick.
That's insane you got him with the 6th pick.
Oh, I had the 5th pick.
I don't know how you got him, my man. I don't know.
Fell to me. CMC.
I'm calling out.
But I'm 4-3.
Calling out.
I ain't knowing.
I'm calling out Rob. I'm calling out Steve. I'm calling out Manny. I'm calling out Simon.
Damn,
y'all messed up, man.
Half the whole league?
Y'all messed. They were before you.
Oh, from not picking him. Yeah.
Four dudes passed on him.
What's funny is
one of them dudes picked Saquon.
What's funny is I just.
I ain't saying names. He just happens to be
what's funny is I just cooked Simon, right? He had Eckler.
Yeah, who didn't play? Oh,
if he would have picked CMC, I would have had Eckler. I would have lost. But it's crazy. But I'm 4-3 right now. I'm just getting into the playoffs. That's my mindset.
That's getting into the playoffs.
I don't care about being number one.
What is it? 6 or 4?
6.
I'm be there.
Yo, but the trades be crazy. Let's talk about veto power. Where do you stand when it comes to veto? This is a real conversation we can have
because I'm on the other side of y'all two. Y'all on one side, I'm on the other side.
To me.
Talk about it.
To me.
Talk about it.
The veto option, because one, it is an option to have veto in the league.
Yes.
So if you have it in the league, each league member has the right to press the veto button if they feel a trade is unfair, or if there's collusion, or if there might be a list of reasons why you might click the veto button.
Okay.
But any of them is your right.
Okay.
And if it gets enough and it gets vetoed,
that's it.
Then the league wins majority. Sons of anarchy in the table. You know what I'm saying? Majority type shit. That's my stance on it.
Or in this particular case, it was just 2 top 12 people for 1 top 12, and it just did not make sense.
Because we could clip this up. We could clip this up right here.
It was
the trade is Amon St. Brown and Brian Robinson Jr. for DeAndre Swift. Y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think. If it's fair, if it's unfair.
It's an unfair trade, 100%. But
Amon St. Brown for DeAndre alone is unfair.
No, but that's
more fair.
That's one-on-one. But why you adding that extra?
Bro, that's his first-round draft pick, bro.
For Swift,
who
St. Brown?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Was he really?
First-round draft pick.
For Swift.
First round.
Or Bijan Robinson. He had the 12th pick.
Bijan Robinson went first round.
My man, Swift gets all his touchdowns taken away by that Philadelphia butt push.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes. Okay, so my argument is this. It might be unfair, 100%. It might be unfair. I don't think it was so unfair it wasn't 3 number 1s for a fucking kicker. It wasn't that. Yes, it was. It was DeAndre Swift who's top 10 at that top 10, 11.
Top 12
for two top 12, sure. But in a trade, there's always gonna be a winner and a loser. That's just the way trades work. So we can't veto every single trade we think is unfair.
Not every
That
trade
to
gets
me is
vetoed,
not.
though.
That's not.
But there is an amount.
And I'm not gonna.
Come on.
I'm gonna start. There's a reason niggas vetoed that trade, and niggas don't want to talk about that.
Talk about it.
Niggas was trying to shit on Jordan.
Nah.
You wanna
I
win.
honestly vetoed that trade because
that's
I look at this
what
shit.
I
I'm
want.
like,
I looked at the numbers. We put it in the system.
Yo, nah,
And
son.
ChatGPT said
Listen,
you're wildin'.
bro, we can check the comments, check the people. Anybody who watched football, let us know, bro. DeAndre Swift
It is
for
unfair.
Amon
No,
St.
you're
Brown
right.
and Brian Robinson Jr.
No, it's unfair. But is it unfair to the point? I don't know. Like it's
He should have
not-
added T. Higgins. He should have added somebody in the trade.
It's not like trading Justin Jefferson for Matt Prater or some shit. It's not like doing that.
That's
See,
worse.
it's not like obvious collusion. The nigga Kevin just got swindled, and
Nah,
sometimes
Kevin-
you lose a trade.
Bro.
That just happens. Like how are we going? We can't step. We're not God. We can't be stepping in every single trade. Jordan made a trade.
That's why
how I look at it.
owners vote. You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
owners vote.
And then boom.
And then he did it again.
Yeah,
No one.
and it was still a little, you know, it was a little.
He threw AJ Dillon there, who automatically goes straight to Kevin's bench. Right? 2 top 10 players for a bench and a top 12. Like, bro, it just doesn't
He
make
won
sense.
this week or last week?
Yes,
I don't know.
Verb won, I believe,
That's crazy.
and
I
kept
really
Chick
don't
lost. If he would have kept his place, he would have won.
I'm not gonna lie. If Verb like makes the playoffs, I'll be sick. Off of that trade, I'm gonna be sick.
Bro, it's just crazy. I don't know
I mean,
what.
yeah, I'm just saying.
It feels fishy. And then the day of Sunday, the boy Kevin set his lineup to 1 p.m. Someone had to remind him. What's up with it?
Oh wait,
What's up with it?
So there might be collusion going on.
I don't
for
know.
real.
I can't say, but I have the right to vote on it, and I did, and it was an issue. But it is what it is. I'm 4-3. I'm third place in the league. I'm going to the playoffs, and I'm in the chip. That's
Nigga,
it.
I got the
There you
fourth
go.
most points. I'm in 7th. I'm sick, but that's just the way it should work sometimes, you know.
I'm in another league with my work. I know with my work people, they watch this too. Shout out to all y'all. I'm doing terrible. I'm 2-5. That's the right. It's 7 weeks, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
something
2 and
like
5. I'm just, it didn't
Shit
work out for
happens.
me. It didn't work out
I'm
for
the
me. in that
reigning
league.
champ.
Yeah, go ahead.
And
Go ahead, free talking
we on
shit.
our way to the
You want to show
playoffs
your belt?
again.
Show
You
your
about
belt.
to show your
Show your
belt,
belt.
show
Talk
your
about it.
fucking-
Talk about it.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
This
Talk about it.
nigga.
Talk about it, man. Go ahead,
You
Fee.
gonna pull up another one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna need another cup after this talk.
This
Come
nigga.
on.
I don't want to show
Come
his
on.
belt. Come on.
Go ahead, Fee. Show the belt. Show the names on the belt. Fuck it. Nah.
Nah, don't show the name.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Come on.
Yeah,
There we
talk your
go.
shit. Talk your
Come
shit,
on.
man.
Defending champ. He went from Sacco to champ. That was crazy.
Sacco to chip.
Let's
Word.
go. Beautiful.
And then Cisco went from chip to Sacco.
I'm gonna get him this year though. I'm gonna get you this shit. Don't worry about it.
I don't think you want a belt. You don't want to have the belt
Yeah,
ever, right?
Get out of here. Get out of here. Keep it pushing, man.
Nah, word though. But
That's funny.
yeah, it's
though.
been a good season, man.
Good season.
Y'all be doing FanDuel parlays and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. I don't.
happening?
So I got what I bet on when I do bet is MMA. I do
Okay.
UFC fights because like
That's your
or
shit.
boxing like it's just
I can't front. I tell the few
easier
of your
for me.
tickets and
Yeah, I
them
be
shits was good
winning.
money.
Yeah,
They was
I
good.
be winning and shit. It's only hard. Only time I lose is when I go on my heart. Like you know what I mean? Like what I lost some joint. Oh, this past weekend, Chimaev versus Usman. Like I love Usman, so I want him to win.
That was a good fight.
It
Some
was.
say he actually even won. And if it was 5 rounds,
I think 5 rounds he might have
Hamza
won.
was looking gassed out. Hamza's looking more beatable the more he fights.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not that
Stamina?
scary.
No stamina
but he
like
did
that?
take him down
That
the first round and
first
had
round,
him.
he's a beast.
He's
He
a
just
beast.
goes so hard.
Comes out
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, but then after that, he just, like, you take a
You
little 30-second
survive.
break, your body acts a little
Yeah,
weird,
yeah.
and you back in there, and
So
Yeah.
Um,
Nah, I've been
but
trying
yeah.
to be on my just trying to double up the bread. I'm not trying to get greedy. I'm trying to do as few legs. I'm trying to do guaranteed as possible.
No, I mean that's the way to get money. That's the way to get paid.
I mean, this is slow, steady. The turtle wins the race, they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
no,
shit
yeah.
like that.
people out there wilding betting on random shit. Now
but
betting
yo.
on the Little League World Series.
Listen,
But they be having some crazy tickets sometimes that be going, and people be changing their life with them numbers.
my man's during the pandemic. There was no like major sports. He was betting on like fucking what's that shit? Badminton. He was betting on badminton.
What the hell is that?
This shit was like
The little net with the,
it's like a
with the
little net.
ball.
It's like
a fake
it's like tennis, but it's
Oh,
like
nah, you see, I can't do all
it's
that.
a Korean badminton. Yo, people be getting like you said, little bets, random fucking people be fiended
Yo,
out.
but the shit is,
I do the major sports.
so there's a lot of conspiracy or like that it's all rigged, all sports is rigged. Them be the type of sports you fuck around and win because ain't nobody paying attention to that shit.
Word. I would say MMA might be rigged. I'm not gonna lie to you, and boxing definitely is rigged. But
I feel like
I don't know about, like, it's basketball and shit. But
we're too advanced to be relying on like 3-0 dudes to be like counting track of the hits on the boxing or some shit.
yeah,
Or like, cause I've seen too many fights where it's like a one-sided fight and it's just like, yo, the other person win, and it's just like, bro, what?
yeah.
I really don't be betting.
No, it's good.
I
Don't.
don't keep up.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't, bro. It gets very addictive and it's probably not good for you.
But there's nothing that feeling when you win.
Put a little $10 and all of a sudden you
Dogs.
got $30.
The last
You see,
big
like right
hit-
now, I got Embiid for 6 rebounds.
Okay.
Embiid 6 rebounds. You wouldn't think he would get that, right?
Easy.
Would you?
I
Like,
would think he would get. I think
yeah.
he would. Yeah.
I got 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. He got 5. It's like, bro, get the 6 rebound. What the
He'll
fuck are
get
you
one.
waiting
He'll
for?
get one. That's the last
The
one you need?
fuck?
Bench him.
I mean, that's the last one I need for this game. You know, I'll take losses too. You know what I'm saying? It wins and losses. You know what I'm saying?
Last one I hit was in, like, last big one I hit might have been like a minute ago. Whenever Justin Gaethje versus Poirier.
Nah, there was a time.
That shit, I won like 250. I was hyped, my man. I was like, let's go. Lunch is on me.
Talk about the time when the Rams played in the Super Bowl. We was all in Miles' crib.
Facts. It was
Like seven of us, 6
us.
of us. We all put like Odell for the first touchdown.
$10. Odell for the fucking first touchdown. This dude caught that joint. Yo, we all jumped up at the
It was
same
like
time. Yo, it was the best feeling, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that was great. It was
That shit sounds
amazing.
fire.
It was
Nah, that shit
amazing,
was
bro.
amazing.
That shit made my year, like type shit.
Odell, damn.
And he got injured. But he
got hurt, but he
he
won me
made
on
his
the
play.
hours,
He did what he had to
yeah.
do. They won a
He did what
chip.
he had to do.
That's
Word.
it.
He got his ring.
Is he? He's not been playing really though, right? He played.
He's
he
in the
hurt.
Ravens now.
He hurt.
He's in the Ravens.
Yeah,
he
I know,
hurt.
but yeah, he been hurt though, right?
Hurt, yeah. I mean, he probably just don't got the same type of fire he used to have.
But it's crazy. He's not even that old, bro. He's 30.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
football, that's old, I guess.
nah, I mean, it's different. You know, you explosive. Your knees. I don't know, bro. Like your bones don't work the same.
Football's lifespan is so short. It's whack. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's why I was like, yo, baseball's the way to go. Because you could play 20 years, my man, make the most money. Like, it just makes more sense. Basketball, too. Basketball's good, too. But
What about
football?
golf? Golf, you
probably
could
is
play
gonna be,
till
yeah.
you're 70.
Facts.
All right.
Bread.
So
I hate golf, though.
So what do you think? What do you think is the definition of a sport? Because like golf.
Yeah, how is golf one, right?
It's golf. It might be a sport just based off of the skill you need to like hit the ball into the.
You're competing against other people, multiple people.
Okay.
So
So
that's
it's
the
not
thing.
like an act. You're not even sweating in that shit, bro.
So if you're competing against another
Your
person,
back
that
is
is a
gonna hurt.
sport. So chess is a sport.
Is it?
I think it's a sport.
I think it's more of a
It's not-
game.
Nah, it can't be a game. If you
I mean,
Well,
you know,
see,
they have like an esports.
Well,
It's-
basketball's a game.
Basketball's a game too,
and it's a
yeah.
sport. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's not something I really care about, but it just
No, it's a good
popped in my mind because I
conversation
always
because-
thought of golf as like it's a sport, but it's like.
nigga, you drive.
So shout out to all the
you
greats,
don't even run. You
Tiger
drive.
Woods and all that shit,
Yeah, shout out to Tiger Woods.
and J.R. Smith and all the greats. You know what I'm saying? Like
Steph Curry's dumb nice with that joint.
shout out to all the greats,
Steph
man.
Curry's dumb nice.
But yeah,
I asked ChatGPT. It says,
You got the app?
yeah.
you pay for the premium?
Of course.
Oh, my son out here. I fuck with it.
Yeah, yo, this is
This nigga's the
game
AI.
changer.
He's
Yeah,
becoming the
I'm-
AI.
AI.
Three steps
Cyborg
out of
feet.
everybody.
It's
Let's
the
go.
AI.
They have something that is interchangeable, but they have some distinction. It's like competition versus play. A sport typically involves physical competition. Athletic versus non-athletic. Formal versus informal. So like a game of Monopoly is not necessarily, it's a game, but it's not a sport because I don't think it has like a
No physical aspect to it.
like it don't have a governing body. There's not like a league. You know what I mean? Like it don't.
Well,
there's-
chess has a league. Chess
Yes,
has leagues.
it does.
So,
yeah, I
okay,
think
okay.
chess is one of those things that
make
is the gray area. It could be considered sport.
But there's no athletic. There's not athletic.
There's
so.
brain power in
And
that.
it's all mind shit.
Man,
yeah,
and
yeah.
there's speed. Speed is involved in that. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Preparation is involved. You know.
I'm trying to get nice at chess. I'm trying to.
Yo, chess is fire.
But when I
Chess
say I'm
is
trying
fire.
to, I want to. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to get
nah,
nice.
I play a lot of chess,
Yeah?
and that's the thing with chess. You don't get good. You don't really get good by playing. You get good by studying because you're gonna cap out. You know what I mean? After that, you gotta study. You gotta study the openings. You know what I mean? And that's where it kind of gets like, yo, you're gonna lose all to these Indian kids who, you know what I mean? They already know the first 8 moves and you ain't made it in 13. That should be draining me. I picture like a 13-year-old Indian kid
Just fucking
with 2G
smoking,
Wi-Fi
man.
smoking my shit.
You seen the Queen's Gambit shit?
Of course.
Yeah. She was a
I
beast
started
in
that shit. Shit was boring to me, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. But so this is a good convo, right? To transition out the sports.
Good Netflix
kind of
shows?
thing.
No.
The AI, right?
Yes.
So like one of the topics we had was kind of like, I guess AI versus man as the broad topic, but just like, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on where you think the direction of AI is going? How far you think it will get? Is it a fact that AI is smarter than men? You know what I'm saying? Like, or than a human? Like,
define it. It depends on your definition of smartness, but yeah.
Right. And my thing is
100%.
like they have more information because it's like the internet in its, system, brain, whatever you want to call it. But the history is made by men. Mm-hmm. It's not as creative as a man.
No.
Or as a human. I'll say human, like, 'cause it's not just men, but.
So that's a great point. So in the Tao of Wu, which we've mentioned before in this book, in this podcast, I'm sorry. In the book, RZA talks about this one time, I forgot his name, it was some chess player, like this fucking legendary chess player. He had never lost, and he played a computer like in 1990, 1985, or something like that.
Kasparov.
Yes, and he loses. And he's fucking devastated.
He lost to the computer?
He's like this and shit. But then he goes studies and he comes back and he beats the computer. And the way he did it was he did it with like a random move or some shit. Like he did it.
He didn't play it like he played against a human. He did some stuff that
because
the person who programmed or the people who programmed the bot, the computer, they kind of programmed it as like this is how a human would play.
Yes.
And so he didn't play like a human type stuff. But I think nowadays he'll get smoked, obviously.
Well, maybe, but maybe not. But just in the sense that
for
like
a fact.
I don't think so because a computer can never account for that random human thing, right? Not even random, just for like it's not a fact because there's things that we can do that a computer cannot do. There's emotional things that they can't do.
Well,
they just can't do.
It's like an iRobot, right? Will Smith is like, what he said? He was like, yo, you can't create a song. Or like
you can, but it won't have the feeling that Jimmy fucking Jim Morrison had, or fucking Jimi Hendrix had, or Kurt Cobain. Like it won't have that feeling.
For now.
Nigga, you want the fucking Terminator to happen, don't you?
Not necessarily.
He wants Skynet.
The thing is, he won, and he lost again to the computers and stuff. That computers advancing so much.
No, yeah, for sure.
I think see, this is where I'm like in between because it's like sometimes I feel like the computer or AI, their growth is measured by humans' growth almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but it is, but in the sense that.
But they grow faster and learner.
It's measured by all humans, right? So they have they're like different types of intelligences, and their intelligence of like having knowledge is way more than anyone else's.
Because they aggregate all the information that exists online.
Yeah. Exactly, and there's no effort to like.
But that's not the only kind of intelligence.
It's just like
though.
boom.
There's different kinds of intelligence.
But you got to give the AI purpose, like you know what I mean. Like what good is it if it's a tool?
And the purpose is given by a human.
Exactly.
So it's a good battle. Word.
How do you feel having the app on your phone, the ChatGPT? Like, what is it? Like, what
is it an everyday thing for you? Like,
what do you use it for?
Has it replaced Google?
It's replacing Google, but Katie actually put me on because Katie be using it. She be writing emails and then she puts it in there and put proofread, and it gives like a way better, smoother email. Or even like you can have fake conversation with it. So it's just like after it gives you an answer, you can be like expand on this point or like what do you mean, and it understands context. So it's just an advanced Google that kind of like does the information searching and for you. So you don't got to go to page 3. You don't got to click this link. It kind of does that for you. But the scary thing about that is just like you're putting too much trust in to whoever is creating the algorithm. Like you're trusting that, right? Because there's certain things that you put in there. Like if you put controversial topics, it kind of like, sometimes it'll give you like a little warning.
It judges you.
Or like, so.
And that's why it's also dangerous too. Because it's also like we start to rely on it. But I'm not gonna lie, there was something at work that I would use ChatGPT for, And then one day I forgot my password. That shit blocked me out. And I was like, damn, I've been doing this for so long with the ChatGPT. It's hard for me to write my own now. Like, to match. And I've been doing it. I've still been doing it. I figured it out. But it's like, there was a point where I'm like, damn, like, like fuck, like I don't have the password. I couldn't get it real quick, and I was just like I had to like really think hard to finesse a paragraph.
And I will say, I will say, there's times when like we've asked it to like I don't know write a caption or something like that, or done in some of that vein, and it does it well, but there's a feeling missing from it. Like I read it and I'm like, that seems
Dry.
Yeah, like it just doesn't seem like.
But it gives you the template though. It gives you 80% done.
Sure. And then I guess you got to go in and add your finesse to it. But it's like you can't rely on that solely because it's not a human.
Right.
There's a human touch when it comes to speech.
But it's also like this is advanced. We've already been relying on it with our phones, with our computers, with
for sure,
with our GPS, with our Google. Like it's just levels. Now we're in like a new age of like. Yo, this shit is talking to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's the scary thing. I think the thing we got to worry about is like the deep fakes, you know, with like voices and images and all of that. Like, you know, now, like when I watch, I can kind of tell, like, but there's going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to tell. Yeah. And that's when it's going to get weird. So,
But that's why the government has to come into play and start really making laws on that copyright type of shit. Like you shouldn't be able, like if I own my likeness, you shouldn't be able to make a ChatGPT of my likeness or some AI of my likeness. You know what I'm saying? Like without my permission. Like there has to be.
Yeah, that's a dub.
We have to start regulating some of that shit in a real.
I don't think
way.
that.
I don't know if it's possible, but you have to try.
It's possible
because it can get bad.
I feel like it's possible that the government could do it. I don't really think they will. I also feel like the intelligence is. Like it makes itself smarter. You know what I'm saying? Like it really like
but the government got this joint. The government, whatever we got, the government had 5 years ago. Right. So they know about this joint. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So like maybe they don't want it to. They got it.
But it's like let's say when you go on the computer, you look up Uniqlo sweater. Then you go on your phone and there's Uniqlo sweaters, shit like that.
That's set up to make us buy. You know what I'm saying? They want us to buy shit.
Or even this week they said what like didn't they sue Meta and sue Zuckerberg for saying that there was like addictive
again I think they sue that shit.
There was like addictive things.
People get sued every day.
Right, but these people are billionaires. Like they don't even. It's just like give them the bread. But it was like addictive things on Meta that was targeting children and not no crazy harmful shit, but like you know like even the social media, even if it's not like necessarily harmful, it's like addictive and like you know. Kids probably have a not as strong willpower as an adult.
Of course they don't.
You know,
I mean, it's a fact they don't.
Well, that's why you're supposed to have like guardian and parents, but like you, I feel like that. I mean,
they're distracted too.
Yeah, but that argument it has weak grounds because if you look at something like sugar, candy, like you know what I'm saying, that's also addictive and like you know, you could that's.
Exactly.
They make so much money off sugar and candy, so why would they?
And that's the thing with a capitalist nation, right? Because it's like.
It's
as long as someone's making money off of it, that's the point of it. It doesn't, they ban certain ingredients in Europe that they don't ban in America because.
Sorry,
I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper to make it in America. I don't know.
No, not even that. It's shit I said before about what I want to change. If I was king of the world, what I would change is the lobbying to politicians, like being able to like. The reason the bad shit is still going on is because the companies are paying the politicians, giving them money like, yo, here's money for your next campaign. All right, but then don't look at me spraying this fucking crops with negative chemicals. Like, it's that's a problem with a capitalist society. It's all about money running shit.
Yeah.
And I'm ranting, but
no, you're not. You're
feeling
not. You're
nice and neat. I've been sloppy. So.
Well, I guess, I mean, the one advantage that I feel like AI definitely does have over humans is that process is quicker and easier than it is for a human to like become better at something and train. Like if a robot is like, I gotta be the best boxer, they probably just like upload some shit and just become the best boxer now.
Yeah.
When a man has to like train, work out every day, become disciplined, and that could be a transition. Also, is like we talking about falling in love with the process.
Yes.
Because it's like
very good.
Process is never easy. Process is never necessarily fun. And in process of things, this is process of all growth, any aspect, and creativity, and physical, mental, school, work, anything. There's a process in between, and it's important to like learn to, if not love it, be okay with it, and learn how to tolerate it. because this process brings doubts. This process brings all these types of emotions and things that people give up.
No, I think the key is to love it. I think the key is to fucking love it. And what I mean is that it doesn't mean love what you hate. So like I got a new manager and shit, and I do not like him. He's a bad man. He's not a good guy. He won't see this joke, but he's not a good dude, right? And I'm stressing over it. I'm like, damn, like this is just a job to me. It's not my career. Like why am I dealing with this? Right. But then I had to teach myself and tell myself like the challenges I'm facing now is not only making me stronger. Like that's the main thing. I'm becoming better at life by facing this, and I'm learning through this pain. So I am falling in love with the process of dealing with. I'm falling in love with the pain in a sense. You know, I'm falling in love with the struggle. I'm falling in love with like enduring this and learning how to maneuver and finagle this piece of shit guy, right? So there is a once I could find the love, once I could find the bigger picture of things, I'm just it makes me feel motivated. It gets me up in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, so two things popped in my mind when you was talking about that situation. One thing is, right, like obviously let's say with work, if there's somebody in your job or there's something in your job that maybe doesn't feel good for your mental health when you go to work, you just you feel yourself feeling angry or like, you know, mad or negative or some shit. That's a key identification point. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to pay mind to that, and that's wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now you were saying like, thank you. This makes you grow.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it does make you grow, but it doesn't mean you should stay there.
Because, no. Hell no.
Necessarily, you know what I'm saying? But like,
So
So it's important to identify it and be like, all right, this is why I'm feeling this. So it's more about reflecting on yourself, like, oh, I'm feeling this because this. All right, let me make a plan to move on from here. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the shit I sent you. Be calm. Don't think with emotion. Move with strategy. You got to move with strategy in this life. And now I don't want to make it about negative things. It's like we can change the subject. The process doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be a positive thing too. Like something like I think about the Pillars podcast, right? Like we can't really just focus on what our goals are going to be. We have to fall in love with the process of making the show, of doing the podcast, of planning, of the aftermath, right? Like we have to fall in love with that aspect of it, and that will make the goals come. Or like, you know what I mean? The goals are irrelevant at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's about doing the little things.
Yes.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said before, it comes down to being present, moving with intention, and like a lot of the time, you go into a goal and it's like you think it's this, but on your way to it, you realize maybe I don't want exactly that, but I want a little bit of it. But like I'm gonna do it this fashion, this way, you know.
Yeah. Because when you were thinking about it, you had no experience. So then when you get experience, of course it's gonna change because you're a different person at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely, bro. But
that's fire. Yeah, facts.
It's important. It's important to like fall in love with the process. It's important to. I feel like also like when there's times where you have thoughts that are very empowering, very motivational, very like that's you operating at a high frequency, right? Yeah. And then there's times when you may have doubts or you may have,
hell yeah.
You know, and you shouldn't make actions based off a low frequency because that's low frequency, like doubts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you shouldn't make actions. You should remind yourself, like, yo, but why is this stronger right now? Why does this feel heavier than the high frequency thoughts?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you gotta pull yourself up to those that you had. You know, easier said than done, shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, but for sure. But yeah, definitely.
What's your take on this, Fee? Like falling in love with the process and just like, you know, stay in the journey, don't give it up. Or there's times when you might come to a healthy conclusion of something. Like, yo, I've done this. I'm good. I don't really want it no more. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving up is not always necessarily just people stop things and it's not, you know.
It all comes down to self-awareness. You know what I mean? It's just like, so that way you could pick the process that comes natural for you to fall in love with. You know what I mean? Yeah, it must suck to be good at something or naturally good. What happens if what happens if the stuff that you're naturally good at, you don't enjoy that process?
The stuff you're naturally good at. Oh yeah.
That's tough.
Like the work, you mean like the process of, okay, yeah.
But yeah, you definitely, I mean, the process is gonna happen whether or not you love it. It's easier if you love it.
But for me, I can only do it if I love it. That's my downfall. Like for some reason, I always had an issue doing shit if I don't find the love in it.
Nah, but you go to work. You go to work every day.
But I find the love in it.
Okay.
I can't do shit just for the. I don't know. I don't have passion for it. I don't have motivation to get the fuck up. And not that I don't love my job, but I find.
I mean, you love getting your checks.
I love getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy talking to people. There's little things I find. I'm grateful for things. I find my gratitude in things, and that's important.
Yeah.
I can't find gratitude in anything. Like if I'm fucking picking up shit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fucking like, I don't know what something I can't find it. Then I'm like, but even if I'm picking up shit, I'm like, this is making me tough. Like I'll find some way to flip it.
Yeah.
That's what I do with my job. So,
my concluding thoughts on this is like, you gotta find the right process to love, and that's the thing that's hard, and that's what, like, you know, again, it comes down to self-awareness.
Yeah,
there's so many processes.
Yeah,
there's endless.
Exactly.
There's
There's processing within the process, because at the end of the day, life is a process. Like it or not, you wake up.
It's gonna happen.
God willing, you wake up and it's like, yo,
time is moving.
Exactly.
Time will tell.
You hear what you gonna do. What you gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Time will tell. I'm about to finish this whole episode like this. So
come on, son. You on your LeBron James shit. Miles never read the book.
I haven't read this book. No funny shit.
You never read the book?
I've read this book, my man.
Nah, he saw
I
the
haven't
movie.
read it though since high school.
Why you sweating, bro?
Yo,
I have read the book.
Nah, I haven't read it in like 15 years, 13 years. I'm gonna read this shit this winter.
That and the David Goggins shit.
Yeah. I'm reading this joint right now. That shit's crazy.
Right.
Oh man, niggas. I remember back in first grade, niggas had like a reading log. You remember this shit?
You used to fake it?
I
The
faked that
independent
shit
reading?
so much, bro. Because you had to read like 30 books by the end of the year. I read 2, my nigga. Even that?
Man,
I wrote like 28.
Bro, I didn't read
I wasn't
nothing.
reading none of them
What?
shits,
You couldn't even
bro.
do a little Captain Underpants or something?
This
Nah,
is
I
first
used to read
grade. I was
Captain
reading
Underpants.
Muggsy. What's the nigga? The dog? Damn, it was like a dog.
Courage?
Nah. You ain't gonna, I'm not gonna
Snoopy?
remember. Nah.
For all the dogs?
None of those. This is like an old school.
All dogs go to heaven?
What's the girl with the photographic memory? Cam Jansen?
Oh yeah, Cam Newton.
You know what that? Cam Jansen? She had photographic memory. She sees some shit. Remembers that joint.
Nah,
So
my
it's
books
fire,
in
man.
elementary school is the Captain Underpants collection.
That was a good one.
And the series of unfortunate events. Count Olaf.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a good
Come
one.
on.
I read all of them shits.
Uh-huh.
They-
He even came out with a movie.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
didn't
so funny.
tap
I used to always say Count Olaf, and I don't even think that's how you're supposed to say it. It's
Isn't
like
it?
Olaf or something like this.
Olaf?
It's like,
Oh, it's Olaf?
I don't know. It's like
Tomato.
when I read, like, if there's a word I don't know how to pronounce, I just stick with it with one word that I make in my head. And
Yeah.
Now, my book
Facts.
was Hatchet.
Oh, I read Hatchet.
You read
too.
Hatchet. That shit was fire. This
Gary
kid,
Polson.
This kid, this plane crashes. He had to survive in the woods with a hatchet and flint to make fire. That shit made me fall in love with Metal Gear Solid, my nigga. I don't know what the connection
word.
is, but
Damn.
it makes sense,
Damn,
dog. It
that's
makes sense. Yo, I'm on that joint.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
Wait, what other book? What's the dog though? I'm trying to think of the dog. You read a book about a dog,
there's
right?
a dog, bro. I gotta look it up. It's not Muggsy.
Muggsy was the dog. That was my
Muggsy's
dog.
that was his family dog.
Judy Bloom, there's little Judy Bloom.
Nah, it wasn't.
Was it a cartoon? Was it a comedy? Was it like
It was like a Cam Jansen kind of book, like a comedy, like a cartoon, not a comedy.
a dog? Like, oh, was it
Muggs?
Shiloh?
No, Shiloh was a good one too, though.
Okay.
Muggsy? It's Muggsy. Nah, I'm not gonna find it right now. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna come back to you next episode. We're gonna figure it
Shout out to
out.
elementary school, man. I forgot about that.
Neighborhood school. We had beef with 63.
Yes, sir. 6 straight, baby. What's up?
I never forget. We played y'all in kickball. Definitely beat y'all, but nigga.
I ain't gonna play you. You a little athletic.
I was killing niggas. I was killing.
Yeah, but then when you got hit with the baseball bat, you
Yeah,
were
that's
different.
crazy.
It was like with the
Shit
Drake and
changed.
Pusha T. You know how Drake was different?
It's before the baseball bat. After the
Damn.
baseball bat. Damn, shout out to Josh Ruiz. Cracking my head open.
With a metal bat, son.
By accident.
I still remember the
Full
noise.
swing.
And the niggas fucking chased him. I think it was Emil and Jake chased him or some shit.
Fire.
Nah, it was not fire.
You
He
got
did-
no scar?
He did it, but yeah, I do. It's underneath the do-rag though, but it's right here.
Underneath the Dewey.
But he did it by accident. It wasn't like he ain't purposely trying to.
Shout out to Josh and the whole
He was
fam,
a-
man.
That's probably why you only read 2 books.
It's a fact. Yo, that's probably why a lot of things happened after that. I can blame a lot of things on that.
Shit.
Anyways.
But thank God you're here.
Thank God.
That's a fact.
That's a great transition.
Thank God.
I do want to know See God. We want to talk about God, man.
See God, A God.
See God.
Come on. Well, first of all, yeah, She God is a bold name, son.
When did you come up with that name?
See God, man. Nah, bro, I came up with that name in high school, almost on some like, almost trolling shit, but it stuck. And it was in the time when, you know, like, you know that era Wu-Tang and like Nas, and they was like, yo, what's good, God?
But we used to say that shit a lot.
Right.
Us, yeah.
So I'm like, yo,
what's up, God? What's good,
you
God?
feel me? I was always on some like, yo, see God. You know, just on some like, bro, I'm 13 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just
Out of curiosity, what was the runner-up
the runner up.
of the name?
Bro,
Like,
well, my
Big
aim,
Chris.
my aim was Big Chris.
Big Chris.
Big
was-
Chris? Yeah, I'm glad you over See
Big,
God.
thank you. Big Chris was the aim. You feel me? The
Big Chris
AOL shit.
224.
Yeah, yep. I think 224 was taken, so I had like 264, but
Okay.
but yeah, that would have been it. But Big Chris was it. But see God, you
Yeah,
feel me? And that
that's-
shit stuck 20, 30 years later, 40 years later.
40.
13 years.
Generations. Nah,
We ain't
I'm not that old. I'm not that
We
old.
ain't that old, but yeah.
But yeah, see God, you feel me? That shit just came from that inspiration of like, yo, peace, God was good, Wu-Tang style type of shit. And I feel like a lot of our inspo and style and era was just coming from that, you know, like
Oh yeah.
them days, Soho, Supreme, all that shit, whatever.
What would you say, you know, during that time and now, your relationship with God? If you know, have one, believe in one, or, you know, in your life, you know, when it comes to the idea of God, like,
Yeah.
how has that played a role in both of your lives?
Well, shit, for me, definitely as a kid, I don't feel like I was very much aware or cared or like, was like, you know, like,
But you did get your communion.
yeah, but like that's something that like, you know, my mom set me up with and like I just did it because like I had to
It
go.
was like, okay, got you.
And I'm not even going, should I talk about this?
Why not?
Yeah, it don't matter, right? I'm not gonna lie. I was doing the communion, right? And I stopped going. I was like on some, I was cutting. So I was cutting communion
You
class.
go to the park?
Yeah, cutting. I was cutting, right? And then it was like the end of the year, so like time to like graduate.
Yeah.
So then
And you popped up with the white shoe? And they're like, where you been at?
so I popped up, bro. And my teacher, the woman, she was like, nah, like she was like, you ain't pull up, you ain't come to the class. So then I went back, told my grandma, and my grandma came back. She's like, you gonna let him finish this shit. So I got my communion. I swear to
shout out
God,
to your
bro.
abuelita.
I swear to God, bro. Pause.
I never heard that story.
But
That's
RP to my grandma,
RP to
you feel
grandma,
me? Grandma
yo.
Nisa, but
a legend. That's crazy.
she was told the lady, and that, bro, it's funny
You
because
gonna
like
get this fucking
years
communion.
after I be seeing the lady and like she sees me and she's just like, she's
Yeah,
just
you
like,
never told me
Wait
that
till she
story.
find out your rapper name.
yo, word. I did be thinking about
You
that
see
shit
God?
too. I did be thinking about that shit,
That's
but
crazy.
honestly, I never got the other one, the confirmation.
Is that before or after?
It's after. It's after. I didn't do that. But when I was a kid, I really didn't
That's
really
crazy.
have like
That's
a
a crazy
relationship
story.
with God. Really, like it felt like one of those things like school. Like they try to make you do it, make you believe it, make you.
Yeah.
And it was like I don't know though. I kind of don't want to do it. But as an adult, right? It's like, you know, obviously you go through life, you go through things on your own, on your journey, and I guess God, right, is like the higher power that there is. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of different religions, and a lot of different religions they call God this, they call God this, they call God this.
Yeah.
To me, what that says is that there is a higher power. The name, you call it what you want to call it, what you believe, but there is one.
Yeah.
And that's what we could agree on. And I believe it. I don't necessarily believe there's a man up there on some like cooking up shit, but
Yeah.
I believe it's like
There's something bigger
just
than
a
us.
System.
It's a bigger power, bro. A bigger force. A
That
bigger
we can't understand.
connected to
Word.
connected to our consciousness, connected to our soul. All humans have it. We're all connected to the cloud of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
and as an adult, I feel more connected to it. You know, I'm not like religious necessarily.
But you're spiritual.
Yeah, definitely spiritual, and like it's one of those things, bro. Like, you know, like I've come to like even peace with like death and stuff like that. Not even on some like I don't want to. Obviously, I'm happy and I want to live my life. But like, I know I know it's what it is.
The one thing that's it happens to everybody.
So things like that, and just like like learning to exercise and have more faith of things, of just like, not everything's in our control. Move present and don't overstress things, and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of things of like, I might be ranting now, my fault, but there might be something that somebody who believes in a different God than my family believes in, but I can still learn something from this person.
Yeah.
About the spirituality, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I mean, for me, that's what it is. Like, it's just subconscious, deeper, higher power. Higher power. There is a higher power. Humans can't be the strongest thing in the universe.
We're not. I mean, that's a fact.
There you go. There you go. So, what about?
For me, yeah. I mean, my relationship with God, growing up, I feel like, my parents were my dad's from the South, so like he was like raised like in the black church, like like niggas singing, like all that jazz. And then my mom she's Jamaican, but she was raised like, I don't know, Catholic or some shit. I don't know what it is. But they didn't like the church, so like I wasn't raised like when they had me, my brother. Well, they had me. My brother was kind of religious, but like me, I was not religious at all. Like, but I prayed to God every night. I pray to God, my soul to keep him when I wake. The whole joint, I did every night.
Oh,
so
like,
I always,
okay, like real prayers.
Yeah,
like,
so I always believe. Growing up, my parents were always like, "Yo, there's a God, but we just don't fuck with like the systems.
the worshiping style of certain
and
congregations.
just even the congregations, like we just don't like that aspect to it. It gets culty, right? Like it's weird. Like we don't like that. So I grew up like that, believing in God but not believing that. And I remember you were like, I remember you had a cross. Like you were the first person I met who was like a part of. I mean, obviously you didn't. I mean, I didn't believe like that, but you're the first person I met that was a part of it. And I was like, oh wow, it's very interesting. And then as I got older, like in middle school, high school, and the more I learned, I feel like science pulled me away from God in a way. Like it made me feel like there's not a God. Like there can't be a God. Like this doesn't make sense. There's no proof to it. And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, there has to be a God. It's funny. Like I've been through these stages, dogs. Like I've been through like believing in God, not believing in God, and now I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like you said, it's a higher power. It's something. It's some type of force that I think we're all connected to. And that's why I fuck with the 5%ers, God body dudes, because I do think humans are able to tap into whatever that God level is. I'm not saying we're able to like, move mountains and change the water and change the oceans and stuff like that. But I do think whatever that special power is, that special force, I think we're connected to it. And I think that's why like religion works for people. Like it helps you have a discipline and like to be your best self is a form of being connected to God. So I don't believe in a person up there, but yeah, I do. There was something.
That's fire, bro. Like that you went through those different types of
phases.
Yeah. And I we always talk about being present and moving with intention, and like one of those things is like, they say like trust your instincts.
Yeah.
I always for some reason felt like the instinct is connected. So when you follow that, it's like moving with, they say like God's will or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I had crosses and shit. It's like a little like I'm Puerto Rican, and a lot of like Spanish families, like my grandma, my grandparents, they crosses on the wall, prayers, all that shit.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with that, so it was always shocking. I was like, oh wow, that's some shit.
And I never was really like into like prayers like that, but even like in the last year or two for me, like I've been trying to be more conscious of like just gratitude and
hell yeah,
gratitude, because when there would be times where I felt like, damn, I need guidance, I need help, I need something, I would feel guilty for not having more gratitude. You know what I'm saying? So now every day I try to be like, yo, thank you for like just another opportunity. So this way I don't feel as bad when I'm like, yo, I need help, I need guidance, I need some sort of sign.
Don't just talk to God when you need something.
Facts.
Exactly. Yeah. What about you? You want to share?
Word.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, shout out to Shooter Steve's mom, because she was my communion teacher.
No way.
Yeah.
Before you knew Steve?
Shout out to Rose. That's my girl.
I knew him from around the way, and I think at that time also knew Kenneth.
Okay.
Kind of like in the same grade type shit, but yeah, I think similar to see God, I was like, my mom made me do the whole communion, and I did the Catholic church. I think where they messed up is I was going to Spanish masses, and I didn't understand. It felt too heavy.
Which church you went to?
Right there on the one on my block, on 3rd Street.
Oh, 3rd Street, yeah. They do
most-
Spanish masses there? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
come on, yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
Most Holy Redeemer. She was Steve's
Yes.
mom. Was like, but I went to the church and I thought it was boring. Like, it didn't resonate with me. It was too chanty. And yeah, nothing was really connecting. And like you, like school with the Big Bang Theory and the evolution and this and that, and like, you know, I kind of value that over a lot of things. So I was like atheist for a little bit. And then, you know, with some time, like I was like, I'm not gonna lie, a shrooms trip.
That will make you
I
see
tapped
God.
into something else that, like, you know, I felt like the church, they adopted the God. Like, I felt like that was the only God that you could worship. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, but when I did my little experience, you know, I realized that that's not the case. Like, you know, that's not, at least for me.
Yeah.
So then I kind of became agnostic, which was like, you know, like you just don't know.
Yeah. I was there.
But like you guys, the older you get, you just kind of feel it more.
Yeah.
And so like I definitely believe that there is, you know, a God, and I love it, and I have a great relationship. I talk to God like the way I talk to the homies, with respect. But I be like, I always like, yo God, I be like, yo God, please,
Nah, facts though.
please.
Facts.
And you know,
funny.
but I feel like God always knew where my heart was at, so I'm good. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like,
nah, no funny shit, bro. I relate to a lot to what you were saying, and like the whole agnostic atheist. I never was able to even have the knowledge to label where I was at with it. But there was a time where I had a trip, bro, and no funny shit, bro. I swear to God, like,
That's it, right?
bro. Like, it left when I got out of it. I just knew I was like, oh, there's something else. It's something else more. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is only one lens of it. You know what I'm saying? It's something else higher. There's something more. I don't understand. And it's also one of those things. You know, like, how can we describe it? How can we know? How can anybody know? How can anybody really know? How can you say it's this? How can you say it's that? You know what I mean? Like, you use your best judgment, use your best opinion on it. Like, there's no knowing of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know.
yeah, I think
opinion,
there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer.
Exactly.
You know, we may never find out. But
I do want to say one thing. I remember, so like I said, my dad grew up in the Southern church. So like, growing up, all the funerals I went to were like on my dad's family, right? Like, and it was like black Protestant funerals. So I don't know if you've ever been to one, but they're like, there's a preacher singing, like he sings with the chorus behind him, and then there's food after, right? So for me, I thought that's how all funerals were. And then I realized that's not how all funerals are, like at all. Like most funerals are like, you just see the body, or not funerals, like what's it called? Wakes. You just go to the body and that's the end of it, whatever. But that shit was like, for me, it was like it sounds great, like a party to like send off.
Nah, like a celebration of the
Yeah, it
life.
was like a celebration. And then I was just thinking about like certain people I went to after, not to be depressed, but like, I thought it was funny, like, damn, now everything's just different.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you guys thought about how, like, when it comes, like, you know, in the future with your family, like, how do
it will
you
go out?
even,
I've thought about it.
like, how do that gets, like, how do you instill that in your children? And, like,
What?
I think about
just like-
I think about how my funeral to go. I was like, I know how that
I
shit
thought
was.
that too.
yeah, you got the playlist?
It's gonna be a party. I want motherfuckers to party, have
Yeah?
fun, enjoy, man.
Fuck it,
Like,
Papa Tap there. Fuck it.
come on. Yeah, everyone takes shrooms. Everyone eats shrooms.
I like the style shit that we be like that we done with like with whole Snap and stuff like that. Like pull up to the block and everyone play the music and just vibe out and chill. Like for me, and it also like that's probably my only friend who like transitioned and stuff.
heavy.
But like
yeah.
for me, that's just a better space than like a funeral parlor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know, from my experience, you know what I'm saying.
But you asking how to like instill that into in our kids? Type
Well,
shit? Like how?
you know, I'm not expecting you guys to know how, but I guess, you know, just
Thoughts
like
of
thinking
it.
about in the future, like how, like, you know.
well, like God.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just bringing that up with
Well,
like,
knowing
your
from
own-
experience, you learn more the older you get. I mean, there's no you. One thing I feel like I don't want to do. One thing I don't want to do is like make my kid feel like this is the fact of anything. I want my kid to feel like they can question things and believe things for their own life. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to ever feel like they have to believe anything.
A free thinker.
Yeah, but obviously I'll be there to guide and help and be my best judgment of it. But I'm never gonna be like this. If you're not that, nah, I'm not jacking you or nothing like that. Because
you're not a Christian.
It can't be like that. You know, that's not fair. Like,
but I think about how I grew up. Like in the house, like my parents were super like. They were hippies. Like, I have books from like random, like some dude named Gurdjieff who was like this like weird yogi dude. Like, and they were just like, just believe in something bigger than you, but like you can just, what I mean? There's so many different ways to get to that. So like that allowed me to kind of just do my own thing. My brother became Muslim. Like we all had our free reign to do what the fuck we want to do, but just know that you are important, but you're not the most important thing. Not you are important, but you're not. There's something bigger and more, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. There's a higher power, and just be humble. Like, humility. You gotta teach your kid humility. It's hard, but I'm gonna try to teach spirituality.
I also feel like a lot of people too, and I've seen in life, like they've been through a lot of struggles, and then after that, they fall to God.
Of course.
And now God is there.
Of course.
This is their purpose. This is it's just crazy how people get connected.
I mean, I got many. Sorry, no. I have uncles who like went to jail and came home Muslim. Just because, but it saved their life and they become amazing human beings.
Yes.
So God does that. That's what God, giving that structure, that discipline, this is the way to live your life every day. Don't go outside these lines. It helps you.
Yes.
Because a lot of people just lack that structure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I know.
Yo, but shout out to God. You know
Shout
what I
to
mean?
God.
Thank you for allowing us to share time and space. This is amazing. It's the best time to be alive.
Yes, it is.
So I want to give a special shout out to God.
Facts.
Me too.
Shout out.
All right, let's do a cheers and let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Can I just add to this? Wait, before you cheers?
Yes.
Oh my bad. And then just do it again. That way you could cut it. But I think... just do it first. No, but what I think, to your point, Mouse, I really think this is an important thing, an important topic, especially thinking about the future generation.
Yeah.
Or like the future generations that we bring into the world. Teaching faith faith in general. I think a lot of people, when you grow up and you see people who didn't have that growing up, it shows.
Yeah.
Like, it shows, and maybe they are super lost in life, and then they find a faith, and it saves them. But I think, like, teaching that early on, like, all of us here had some type of fundamental, like, even you, like, your parents giving you that free range of who to believe in, but knowing that there's a higher power is better than
nothing,
or believing that there is no God. Like, there's no God, because
you can't be that sure.
You can't be that sure.
The same way you can't be sure if there is a God, you can't be sure that there isn't one.
Yeah, and that's the agnostic. That's the agnostic part of it. But yeah.
I don't know if that added any value, but like.
No, I think.
Cheers.
Nah, I mean.
Yo, cheers to y'all, man. Cheers.
Let's go.
I have no cheers, but just cheers.
Salud.
Pillars.
Salud.
Great episode.
Great
Love
episode.
y'all.
Love everybody, man.